Nearly 3 weeks ago when state tournament play began, Herscher High School was considered one of the tournament champion favorites. On the other side, Wesclin, they were not even favored in their first game of the regional, yet they meet here today at Chief Stadium and O'Brien Field in Peoria for your third place game in Class 2A. Hi again, everybody. Dave Bernhardt along with Hall of Fame and state championship coach Mark Lindo. And Mark, we've had to work through about a 40-minute rain delay that you wouldn't know it with the sun being out now, but both these teams are going to get up there and take their hacks in this third place battle.
Well, both teams right now have to adjust to a little bit of a difference in their approach. Neither team took infield. Its harp came off. Pitchers got loose, but everybody had a feel for the playing conditions yesterday, and I'm sure you have two groups of young men literally just happy to be out and playing ball one more time in 2012.
Herscher comes into this game with a 33-8 record. They lost yesterday to Rock Island Alleman 2-1 when Alleman scored 2 runs in the bottom of the 6th inning. On the other side, Wesclin found themselves down early, eventually lost to U-High by a score of 8-3, and that's why we are sitting here in our third place game. We'll get to that lineup for Herscher in just a second, but we can tell you that today's starting pitcher for Herscher, Jordan Ruckman, will lead it off for the Tigers, and he'll be facing Alex Wilkin for Wesclin. Ruckman 1 for 3 yesterday, and he'll hit this one high to right field. It's a sun field right now. Right fielder struggling, and Keith Hazelhorst loses it in the sun. So Jordan Ruckman will wind up at second base with a stand-up double.
Well, right away, Hazelhorst got his glove up, but he's checking the sun with the bare hand now. Some coaches teach gloves, some teaches bare hand. He does have sunglasses on, but he never got a good vision on that ball.
There is your starting lineup, the batting order for Herscher. Ruckman at second base with a double. Evan Regas, the coach's son, doing the catching. Justin Ruckman, the twin brother of Jordan and Matt Weber. We saw him throw yesterday. Kyle Burton, Austin Mendel. Logan Orr is the center fielder. Landon Hoffman into the ballgame here today. And then Spike Engelman is the shortstop. Stepping in now is the left-handed hitting catcher, Evan Regas. He shows bunt, pulls it back.
Take a look at the pitching numbers of the right-handed offerings of Alex Wilkin. The senior hits his 16th game. He's 7-3, 65 innings pitched, 2.26 earned run average, 56 strikeouts, 25 walks. He's allowed 58 hits in those 65 innings.
Dalton Sproul doing the courtesy running at second base for Ruckman. Regas yesterday 0 for 4 in that loss to Rock Island.
Coming in a .465 hitter, one of the better junior catchers in the state of Illinois. He'll be on an awful lot of radar next year. A little bit small stature for a catcher, but very cerebral, coach's son.
Up the middle, shortstop Michael Klein slides to his left, leaves the ball behind. Runners at first and third, nobody out here in the first.
So you're Wilkin right now. You throw a fly ball that was not a hard hit ball by Jordan Ruckman to lead off the game, and you end up being a double. And then you throw a ground ball to Evan Regas, and your shortstop Klein not able to make a play. So all of a sudden you're in jail. Not much to your doing whatsoever.
Cody Kirchner to do the courtesy running over at first base for Herscher as the Tigers from Herscher go pitcher catcher, and their first 2 men in the order. And that will bring up Justin Ruckman. Playing second base today, Ruckman rips this ball into the hole, short third, and just like that, the Tigers from Herscher on top, 1-0. Oh, that didn't take long.
Well, Herscher can swing the bats. A little bit stymied yesterday was Herscher. They only had 4 hits against Cody Sedlock. But come out just hacking and slashing. Right field, up the middle, left field, you name it. They sprayed it around in the first 3 hitters.
Brings up Matt Weber, the first baseman. Yesterday, Weber went 6 innings in that loss to Alleman. Weber had a hit and 2 at-bats yesterday, one of only 4 hits for Herscher in that 2-1 loss.
Crafty left-hander allowed only 5 hits in that 6 innings, 2 earned runs. Struck out 6. And walked no one in a very fine, solid pitching performance.
Tails a bit outside. Defensively for Wesclin, it looks like this. Brett Mamenga is in left field. Chase Klein is the center fielder. Keith Hazelhorst, we talked about him in right field. Third baseman Alex Quitmeyer. There it is, Michael Klein, Brendan Bernhardt at second base, Justin Grennert, he did the pitching yesterday for Wesclin at first base, and then Kyle Eversgerd is the catcher. We talked about Alex Wilkin, he's on the mound. He played a little bit of shortstop yesterday.
Fine athlete, a senior. Long look in. Wonder if there's confusion between he and his catcher.
Base hit, left center field, slicing away from the center fielder. Coming around to score will be Kirchner. It's a 2-0 game, and it's double error, single, 2-zip Herscher.
And the last couple balls hit with authority. We've talked about the first two. Ruckman led off with a fly ball double that was caught up in the sun, and then he reached safely on that. Evan Regis with a ground ball to short, relatively easy play, was kicked. And after that, Justin Ruckman, Matt Weber, bang, bang. Both of them scoring up the baseball on RBI singles.
Just like that, head coach for Wesclin, John Grennert, will go to the mound. Grennert in his 15th year. He already has finished second in the state tournament. That came in 2006. Also made an appearance in 03. Career record of 263 wins and 171 losses. Former star pitcher at SIU Edwardsville, also pitched in the minors. We talked about it yesterday. Has his signed baseball cap in the Hall of Fame in Cooperstown because he was the winning pitcher for the Salt Lake Trappers when they won a baseball record, professional baseball record, 28th game in a row. Streak eventually reached 29, but he signed his cap, and it's sitting in Cooperstown. That's pretty cool.
That's an affiliate of the Minnesota Twins. Salt Lake still is, and Coach Grennert's father was a coach. Now he is a coach, and his son playing for him. So baseball among the traditions of the Grennert family.
After that conference on the mound, it'll be Kyle Burton at the plate. Justin Ruckman's at third, Matt Weber at first. Nobody out. Yesterday, Burton 0 for 3, had a walk, struck out a couple of times. .380 batting average on the season for the 5'6" junior. Left fielder today for the Tigers. Hits this ball hard. Grennert, great stop at first base, gets the out there. It will score a run, but Grennert saved extra bases.
RBI as he got his hands through that pitch. He just jerked it down the first base line. Grennert laid out to his glove side, stopped the ball from rolling down in the corner. Good look at the tall, lanky first baseman. Going to walk out of Quincy College, Quincy University next year. Saved a run.
That brings us to the number 6 hitter in the lineup, Landon Hoffman. Hoffman, a pinch runner yesterday, playing right field today. Hoffman, a 5'11" senior, 200 batting average. So Evan, or check that, Eric Regis. Make sure he gets his senior into the lineup, gets a first at bat here against Wilkin, and it will not be an official at bat. He's hit by a pitch, and he will head down to first base.
We've seen in 6+ games now in this tournament, more and more players turning into pitches or not bailing away, and I'm going to give kudos to the hitters on that. You know, there's so many guys that jump away from a hit by pitch. When you have a chance to be a free base runner, go ahead and take it.
Logan Orr, the center fielder, he'll look to push this one to the third base side, and it goes foul. Orr had a hit in 3 at-bats, scored a run yesterday in that 2-1 loss. .390 batting average for your 7th place hitter. Three runs in here in the top of the first inning. That one got away from Wilkin.
Out front. Front half. Go.
Eric Regis flashing some signs at third base. 537 wins. Big time. 1999, won a state championship, and one of his assistants, Brad Elliott, was a freshman reserve catcher on that state championship team. So he kind of stayed home with the Tigers and was part of that state championship, now part of this trophy year.
Or reaches out, and it heads foul, and the chase for the ball will be on. However, it doesn't reach the grass, just stays up in those green seats here at O'Brien Field, the home of the Chicago Cubs Class A affiliate, the Peoria
Learn
Chiefs.
from that. In.
After that rain came through, about 40 minutes worth of rain, maybe a little bit longer, we have lost our wind. There is no wind. Flags motionless here.
Off the line
Temperature 67 degrees at the park.
That's good.
Most of the day yesterday, wind blowing from left to right. Then today we had earlier a little bit of wind blowing out toward left field. Now nothing going upstairs.
Smothered by Eversgerd. 3 runs on 3 hits in the inning. Also an error. It could have been more had not Grennert made a great play over there at first base. Runners are going. Orr taps it foul. Well, if nothing else with this first inning is done for Herscher and Jordan Ruckman. He led off with the double, got a courtesy runner right away. He headed right to the bullpen for Herscher and got a few extra warm-up tosses. He'll be hitting the mound when we go to the bottom of this first inning.
Yeah, quite honestly, he had 15 minutes after they took the tarp off to warm up. Now he's throwing more. He's going to end up with a lot of pitches.
Or to center field. Runners were running. Center fielder Chase Klein will come in, make the catch for the second out.
Good job by Weber on second, going on the pitch. That was a run and hit, if you will, on 3-2. And he heard the sound of the bat, turned his head, found the baseball, knew it would be caught, was able to get back easily. Smart base running, always being able to locate the ball.
Right down the middle to Austin Mendel. 6'1" junior at .345 average.
See Wilkin with their very unorthodox. Look at the low set down by his thighs.
Come on, Alex. Got work down, bud. Go.
There it is, right there at his thighs. Takes a while to get it up and running. Base hit right field for Mendel. Matt Weber being waved on. Here's the throw. It'll be close or not. Great throw from the right fielder, Keith Hazelhorst. Guns down. Weber at the plate.
What a great throw. He just showed off a cannon as he knew he had time to pick it up cleanly. Hazelhorst knows his own abilities, and that is a big-time arm. Look at the crow hop. He gets his weight from the backside to the front side. One hop. You can't draw it up any better than that.
3 runs in the inning for Herscher. They get it up by way of 4 hits. We'll go to the bottom of the first. It's Wesclin's turn here in your Class 2A third place game. Trenton Wesclin, the Warriors, an overall record of 20-18. They started tournament play in the first game of the regional with a 14-17 record, won 6 straight before dropping their game yesterday to U-High by an 8-3 score. Their batting order looks like this for this third place game. Michael Klein along with Brett Mamenga and Alex Wilkin, the first 3 hitters. Alex Quitmeyer is over at third. You saw Justin Grennert. Kyle Eversgerd is the catcher. Hazelhorst with the big assist from right field. The designated hitter Ryan Meadows and Chase Klein, the center fielder. And on the mound for Herscher, Jordan Ruckman. They were hoping he'd get a chance to pitch in the championship game, but he'll get the ball here in the third place contest.
Ruckman, a good one, an NIU signee. You see the big left-hander, the king of the hill right now. Get ready to deliver his first pitch. He was 7-1 coming into today's start. 1.81 earned run average in 58 innings pitched. 6'4" left-hander, gotta love it. 99 strikeouts. His next one will be 100 against only 28 walks. Allowed only 33 hits in 58 innings. All big-time numbers for the 6'4" lefty.
Stepping in, Michael Klein, shortstop, and he looks in an off-speed pitch. Klein 1 for 3, one of the 6 hits that Wesclin had yesterday. Klein, a .365 hitter on the season. Look out, that ball's rattled into our camera cage. Paul Forth, our cameraman down there at first base. Man, you got to have your head on a swivel down there.
Wake him up. He's waving at us.
Yeah.
He's awake.
Just misses outside. Just a couple railings down there, not enough to protect everybody. You have to have cat-like reflexes, but that's what you get here at IHSA.TV. Only the best. 3 balls, 2 strikes. The leadoff man doing his job here. Klein will see the 6th pitch by Ruckman. And he'll get another one. Klein will be followed by Mamenga and Wilkin.
Now what you're alluding to is what we call quality at-bats. Right now his teammates get a chance to see and evaluate and assess the pitches of Ruckman.
And more. I'll give credit to Ruckman. He keeps on coming. Outfield shaded a little bit to the left. Right fielder Landon Hoffman pretty much straight away. And Klein works himself to a leadoff walk. Good at bat for Michael Klein.
Leadoff man did his job. Get on base any way you can. He also did it by seeing 7 pitches in that at bat. And good speed aboard as they're chasing 3 early on in the first inning.
Brett Mamenga, the left fielder, will step in. Fouls the first pitch away. And an attempt is made to catch by one of the coaches from Normal U High. Couldn't handle it. Of course, the Pioneers will be playing in your Class 2A championship game immediately following this one. They'll be taking on Rock Island Alleman. Count 1-1. Mamenga yesterday, a hit and 4 at bats, scored a run, drove in a run.
That fastball by Ruckman probably around 87, 88 miles per hour.
Off the end of the bat, but it carries pretty well out there, all the way to the left fielder, Kyle Burton. That will bring up Alex Wilkin.
I'm sorry.
Wilkin, a .340 hitter. He's 6'2 senior. Wilkin 0 for 2 yesterday with a walk.
That previous pitch, we talked about the fastball being about 87, 88. That was a changeup by Ruckman. Mamenga got his hands out in front, hit it relatively hard because he only probably took 3 or 4 miles off that change. You want to take about 8 to 10.
Fastball pops the glove of catcher Evan Regas. Klein at first. That pitch misses down and in a little bit in. Bright sunshine here. We've already seen the effects of the sun. The game that started at about 40 minutes late. The ball was lost in the sun in the first inning, led to the first man in the ball game at the plate, Jordan Ruckman, with the double. He scored, or his pinch runner scored the first of 3 runs for Herscher in the first. Wilkins still with a hitter's count at 2-1. And it'll look even better for him now at 3-1.
Ruckman only 28 base on balls. Walks the leadoff man, has ball 3 on hitter number 2, or hitter number 3, Wilkin.
This will be fouled into the stands, the first base side. Quite a few folks have made it here for this third place game representing these 2 schools. Herscher, of course, in the Kankakee area. Wesclin in the greater St. Louis area. There goes a runner on 3-2, and Wilkin will foul it back. So John Grennert, the head coach for Trenton Wesclin, says, let's get our guy in motion here. Let's pick up the pace a little bit here on our side. Down 3-0. See if he's running here again. See what Ruckman does. And the token, I have to toss it there once I make a move there. Throw to first base.
Yeah, what Klein's got to do, he's got to shorten his lead, and he's not stealing this base. He's betting on Wilkin putting the ball in play.
He's staying. Wilkin keeps fouling it off. Hey, there's been some great at-bats here this inning. Klein to lead it off. worked himself to a walk after a 3-2 count, fouling off a few pitches. Wesclin has fouled off a couple here on 3-2 as well.
It's interesting that Coach Grenard had him running on 3-2 on one pitch. Then for the foul ball, he opted not to have him run. Again, it's not a steal situation. It's a situation where you're thinking Wesclin will either put the bat on the ball or get a base on balls.
You know, when you look at the way that Wesclin's swinging the bat, that was one thing Jim Collins, the head coach for UHI, said yesterday. He said, the way this team swings the bat, I can't believe they were the 6th seed in their regional. And there is another 3-2 foul ball walk. And here comes Regas out of the dugout.
It's interesting. It seems like he's got a question for his pitcher, Ruckman, which is unusual. I would venture to guess there's been very few times in Jordan Ruckman's starts this year that Coach Regas has had to visit in the very first inning. If you think about the way he's dominated the mound, and it was a quick visit, by the way, he probably just said, young man, you're a good pitcher, step it up.
Ruckman walks about a batter every 2 innings. And now he will face Alex Quitmeyer, the third baseman. Quitmeyer has got some power in that bat, had a home run in the super sectional, a big super sectional win over 2-time defending state champion Teutopolis.
That was a 3-1 win, I believe, and he had a two-run home run in that game.
That was the first inning, and that set the tone. Ruckman, they look to second, and then another. And the big sweeping breaking ball drops in.
All right, here we go. Come on, 2-7, quick. Choke up, put his play here with 2 strikes.
You know, that win over Teutopolis ended an 18-game postseason winning streak by the Wooden Shoes. That's a remarkable number to win 18 straight baseball games, period, let alone in the postseason when you're playing the very best.
Yeah, back-to-back titles. They were looking for the three-peats.
1-2 to Quitmeyer. And he gets him down and in. Out number 2.
See, when you get yourself in trouble as a pitcher, you're asking for trouble because one base hit, one flare can get you. But when you have Jordan Ruckman kind of stuff, that being his 100th strikeout of the season, you have the ability to, by yourself, get out of an inning.
Well, he has to work through Justin Grenard here. Grenard, a .413 hitter. He was 0 for 3 yesterday. Ruckman has gone breaking ball here against the 4-5 hitters in the Wesclin lineup.
And they're dialing it up for an 87, and they're getting about a 76 on that breaking ball, so way off balance and out of rhythm.
Regas pick off to first base, not in time. Getting back was Wesclin. It was a set play as Weber cut in behind the runner. A lot of pitches here in the first inning for Ruckman.
Yeah, Ruckman's got some giddy up. He's got a live fastball, electric stuff, but he just has not found his consistent command. He's missing out and up.
That pitch right there was his 28th of this first inning. And yet he's 1 pitch away from getting out of it with no damage. Klein at second, Wesclin at first. Softly hit ball. Nice job by Mandel to cut it off over to first baseman Weber, and that's it for Wesclin here in the first inning. 2 walks, 2 men left on base after 1 in your third place game in Class 2A. Herscher, the 3-0 lead.
Right there, get our heads in the game. Let's go.
The only man not to bat for Herscher in the first inning, Spike Engelman, will come to the plate to get it started here in the second. It was a 3-run first. 4 hits, a hit batter, and an error, all tallied up to those 3 runs in the 3-0 Herscher lead. Engelman, the shortstop, will be facing those right-handed offerings of Alex Wesclin. Yesterday we saw Justin Grenard pitch for Wesclin. He was a converted catcher. Wesclin, he's always been a shortstop. He didn't pitch until last year. So necessity says we have to take some arms and put them out 60 feet 6 inches away. Make something happen.
And those two guys, they rode to the state finals.
How about it?
Converted. You take a live arm, you try to make them a pitcher.
Wilkin already behind Engelman 3-0. Engelman did a good job making it look like he was going to hit. Don't know if he actually had the green light there or not.
Engelman, shortstop. His dad, John, shortstop on the 83 Herscher team that went to the semis and lost to Beecher City.
Wilkin starts out 3-0, ends up with the assist. We go to the top of the order, and Jordan Ruckman doubled to right field when Hazelhorst lost the ball in the sun.
And as you speak, Hazelhorst, he remembers that. Just had my eyes on him, and his eyes were to the sky. Double checking things in case it might happen again.
Jordan Ruckman, the big numbers we talked about, his big pitching numbers offensively. 396 batting average, 34 runs batted in, 16 extra base hits. Make that 17 now with the double today.
You know, invariably in high school, you'll hear somebody from the dugout yell, "Came to you last time." You hear that one, and in this case, I think Hazelhorst says, "Yeah, I know."
We mentioned it yesterday about your leadoff hitter standing 6 feet 4 inches tall. How often do you see that at any level?
No.
You don't. Mark said headed to Northern Illinois University in the fall. And he is rung up. Yep, outside pitch called for a strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Didn't like the call.
Don't blame him. I'd have taken that pitch as well.
And now he's rung up on strikes and a pitch down and away. Good pitch right there by Wilkin, his first strikeout of this game.
2 borderline calls, both go to Wilkin, but give him kudos for locating the ball where he thought he could get that call. Now the umpire has gone ahead and set a precedent and set a strike zone. It's up to each pitcher to go ahead and pitch to the umpire's zone.
With 2 outs, Evan Regas comes to the plate. He'll go after the first pitch. This is a tough play, slicing towards the line, giving chase, and the catch is made by the left fielder. Yeah, the left fielder, Brett Mamenga, as he had shortstop Michael Klein cutting in front of him. It's a 1-2-3 inning for Alex Wilkin and the Wesclin Warriors. Take a look at it here. Both went for it. Actually, Klein pulls back. It's amazing Mamenga was able to see it. Up and down in order. To the bottom of the second we go. 3-0 Herscher. We start the bottom of the second inning with Kyle Eversgerd leading it off, the catcher for Wesclin. On the mound for Herscher, Jordan Ruckman. Struggled a little bit, a couple of walks in the first inning. Eversgerd 1 for 3 in the semifinal loss to U-High.
271 coming in.
Ruckman stumbles a little bit on the mound. Ends up, looks to be okay. Looked a little bit awkward there. It's 2-2. Sweeper does not find the range.
Pitch count growing for Ruckman.
Third battery's gone to 3-2, and the third battery's walked on that count. Leadoff man here for Wesclin. They're chasing 3 runs.
Good at bat by Eversgerd. He'll get a high 5 from his courtesy runner.
And that will be Chase Hazelhorst. So you have Keith Hazelhorst, the right fielder for Wesclin, Chase Hazelhorst, who will be the courtesy runner for Eversgerd, and their relationship, none.
It's kind of crazy in a smaller community.
Yes. Well, I've got to believe somewhere.
Yeah, there's got to be a family
the
tree
lineage.
somewhere.
Yes.
Got to be Aunt Millie's related to somebody.
Well, Keith Hazelhorst at the plate right now. Ruckman just does not look comfortable out there.
Well, he seems more concerned about the pitching area and the landing area than he is about focusing and locking down on the pitch itself.
He has a 284 hitter at the plate who had one of the 6 hits yesterday for Wesclin.
This has got to be very difficult on his defense to see him laboring like this, because it's usually sit back and see him punch out about 10 or 11 guys a game and be in total command when he's on the hill.
Good cut right there for Hazelhurst, lefty on lefty, and that takes the count to 2-2.
And if you take a look at, he's probably over 30 pitches now, and I don't have this stat at hand, but there's probably only been like 2 or 3 swing and misses. You know, he's not throwing the swing and miss on any count.
Well, that pitch right there was his 41st pitch.
Yeah,
They're on him.
But if you think of a strikeout pitcher, I don't mean just strike 3, but how many can you recollect that they've not either taken it, fouled it off, what have you? I think there's only been 2 or 3 swing and miss out of 42 pitches against a power pitcher. That's pretty amazing.
Mm-hmm. He thought he had one right there.
And yet, here you go, another 3-2 count.
Come on, kid. Go, Keith.
Chase Hazelhorst at first, Keith in the batter's box, and there's a swing and a miss.
On a ball out of the zone. Swung at ball 4.
Second strikeout of the game for Ruckman. Brings up Ryan Meadows, the designated hitter, batting for the freshman second baseman Brendan Bernhardt.
Timeout in the action as we wait for a uniform adjusted by Jordan Ruckman off the rubber.
I was going to suggest that his shirt tail was hanging out. Made me a little uncomfortable watching it. I always like my jerseys tucked in and as tight as they can go. He gets the outside corner on that one. Meadows yesterday was a designated hitter. He batted 1 time. He was replaced by Alec Jones, who ended up going 1 for 2 with a run scored. Ruckman blows that one right by Meadows. Meadows, a sophomore, came into the tournament 1 for 13. He's now 1 for 14. 6-footer, 235 pounds.
Interesting with Wesclin chasing 3 runs right now and the struggles that Ruckman has had, you kind of feel they better get him pretty soon before he would be expected to settle in.
Meadows followed it all the way into the glove of Evan Regas, and he sees it at strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts. This one looking, and with 2 outs, we go to the number 9 hitter, Chase Klein. Klein had a hit and an RBI yesterday. Klein, the center fielder for Wesclin. 6'2" junior. Averaged just over 200. Quick snap throw to first base. Closer than Wesclin Warrior fans may have liked there as Chase Hazelhorst gets back. Pretty good lead for Hazelhorst there. A pitch out, pick off. Hazelhorst breaks for second. Nice pick by the shortstop Engelman. And the tag out by Weber. The pitch out, pick off, and subsequent rundown closes this inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, a man left. We'll go to the third. It's still 3-0 Herscher. Get a good look into the dugout of the Herscher Tigers coming into this game with a 33-8 record. They have had a tough time getting out of the super sectional. First time in 5 attempts, last 5 attempts, they made it out by way of a victory over Gordon Tech. They got here, and then Rock Island Alleman cracks their dream of winning their second state title yesterday with a 2-1 come from behind victory.
Yeah, they had some struggles. They played some good teams, lost to Walther Lutheran in the Super. Up north, they lost to a Chicago Christian team. They lost to Aurora Christian once, I believe. They had some very difficult times. They beat Aurora Christian and their ace, Bobby Kutzendorf, 7-4 in the sectional final. They had lost to Mackey Conception and Driscoll before that as well the past 5 or 6 years.
Yeah, that Lyle Super Sectional held at Benedictine University, that has been kind of a trap for them in recent years to get through there. Justin Ruckman goes down swinging. It is the second strikeout for Alex Wilkin, who is now retired 4 men in a row. Matt Weber single drove in a run in the first inning with 1 out.
Well, if Herscher's been frustrated getting through the super sectional, they got to look at Mantino, who they beat 3 consecutive years in the regional title. So Mantino gets to the regional title with some aspirations, and boom, Herscher, back-to-back years eliminates Mantino.
Weber, in his first time around the bases, was the man that was cut down at the plate by the great throw, the one-hop throw from Hazelhorst to his catcher, Eversgerd. Weber, with 2 outs, was running hard all the way, and it would take a perfect throw to get him, and it did by about 2 steps.
Yeah, he not only threw that ball on a line, he clotheslined it, but he one-hopped it, made it very easy for his catcher, Eversgerd, to handle.
Three balls and a strike to the cleanup man in the order, Matt Weber. 37 runs batted in, .293 average. He makes his hits count with runners on base. One hopper right at the gut of Brendan Bernhardt, picks it up, gets the out.
How about the freshman right there, staying in and over the ball? Any young player watching infield, as Bernhardt walking a little bit gingerly, he took it off the chest. Now he's smiling. He's one of these 14, 15 years old. It doesn't hurt, but yes, it really does. Look at the young man with a smile on his face, carrying some leather right there, but he stayed in front of it. A gutsy play on a hard hit ball.
Now Kyle Burton. He drove in a run, but was robbed of extra bases by a great play by first baseman Justin Grennert. Burton from that open stance to center field. Chase Klein right there. And for the second inning in a row, Alex Wilkin has retired the side in order. He's keeping his team in it. The Warriors will come to the plate. Down by 3 to Herscher in your third place game in Class 2A. That picture right there is the epitome of a relaxed third place game in the stands. Herscher Tigers fans, their dream was ended yesterday. They legitimately had hopes of bringing home the 2A state championship. They'll look here to claim the third place trophy. We'll start this inning with a bunt attempt. Ruckman quickly off the mound and retires Chase Klein. That will bring us to Michael Klein. Klein led off the bottom of the first inning with the walk, worked a count to 3-2, and got a walk. He was eventually stranded at second.
Ruckman in bad need of an efficient inning from a pitch count standpoint. No runs on the board, but he has labor. He needs to have a nice, easy, efficient inning.
Don't you think here in the last, 4 batters, maybe the last 3 batters, he just found his rhythm a little bit, looks a little more comfortable out there, a little more confident?
Yeah, that's why you thought it was so important for Wesclin when Ruckman was basically causing trouble for himself. They had a chance to get him early. And when you don't get a good one, you have a much more difficult time playing catch-up baseball.
Of course, personally, I think it all came together for him when he tucked in his jersey.
It's going to come back out.
It is. It's coming out there on the left side. That's the good side right there. Jersey tucked in very nicely on that side. There it is. You see it hanging down a little bit low to the left. There's a jam shot picked up by Mendel, and a good play across the infield.
So I believe at this point it's a 5-pitch inning. If he can retire Mamenga in somewhat expedient fashion, he's back on track to, basically halving this inning from a pitch count standpoint.
Mamenga flew out to left his first time up. You hear that glove popping a little bit. And another.
Working a little bit faster right now too, isn't he?
Yep. He's ready to go. There he is. Give me that sign. Let's go. Here he is. Regas smothers that ball in case the Mamenga had offered at it. Evan Regas behind the plate, the coach's son. Boy, you always like that, don't you? Coach's son.
He's the commander-in-chief of that whole defense in front of him.
Only a 150-pound catcher.
Probably started the season 165. But the battle, going to see him check the sign on his wrist. Puts down those. This is going to be the Express.
Boom. And there's your quick inning.
Gas.
Fourth strikeout by Ruckman. 1, 2, 3 and a third. To the fourth we go. 3-0 Tigers. Not too often you can come to the final weekend of the high school baseball season, first weekend in June, and see folks with sweatshirts. We've had that cool weather all weekend here in Peoria. We just now tipped 70 degrees according to the scoreboard in right center field.
Yeah, it was 70, and then our rain, the front came through it, and dropped down to 64, 65. Now the sun back out, temperature climbing.
And we'll start the fourth inning. Landon Hoffman, Logan Orr, and Austin Mendel for Tigers from Herscher. There you are, the 70 degrees. Next week in Joliet, that scoreboard there at Silver Cross Field, for all we know, could say 95 degrees. On the mound, Alex Wilkin has retired the last 6 batters who have come to the plate. That's after he gave up 3 runs on 4 hits in the first inning. And it could have been more. Robbed of extra bases on 1 play, and Austin Mendel single, could have scored another if not for a great throw from Hazelhorst. So actually right now, Wilkin and Wesclin lucky they're only down 3-0. 2 balls and a strike to Landon Hoffman. Right field, Hazelhorst lost it for a second again, and this time he finds it. Oh, you can see him stagger underneath that one, looking for help from his second baseman, Brendan Bernhardt.
But ironically, Wilkin struggled that first inning. He has now retired 8 in a row himself, so both pitchers have settled in, and their numbers over the course of the season would have indicated that they would be able to settle in and have dominating kind of performances.
Logan Orr flew out to center field the first time. 1 hopper to Grenard. Doesn't get much easier than that. Austin Mendel will come to the plate with those bright yellow spikes. Of course, Herscher, black and gold, part of the Interstate 8 Conference. Big breaking curveball, a little bit low for Mendel. He's a 6'1" junior. Only 29 at bats coming into this tournament. Wilkin working quickly as well. It's no coincidence that when you're in a good rhythm, you work quicker, and I think when you work quicker, it gets you into a good rhythm. Now, some pitchers rush a little bit. They get a little bit panicky when things aren't going well. But Wilkin's dealing right here.
Yeah, both these guys right now just attacking and pounding the zone with consistency. I mean, the first couple innings we were seeing ball 3, ball 3, ball 3. Now it's strike, 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 ball, strike. Both right now. And the more you're around the zone, the more you'll get the right hand of an umpire as well.
Mendel, the number 8 hitter in the Herscher lineup. They batted 8 men in the first inning. Mendel is going to get himself a 2-out hit.
8 in a row had been retired, and then Wilkin hung that curveball. That one just kind of spun, didn't have any downward bite to it. Keeping his hands back was Mendel. Good job with his front shoulder in, just lacing it right back up the middle. Now with a decent lead, you see him on the screen. Good time to run here.
Now the number 8 hitter gets on with 2 outs, brings up number 9, Spike Engelman. Engelman tapped out to Wilkin his last time up. But Engelman also a little mini web gem of his own on that pickoff play back in the 2nd inning. He got a throw from the first baseman, Matt Weber. It was low and it was hard, and he short-hopped it all in the flow of the rundown and kept it going and eventually got the out. Just misses outside to Engelman.
And you had just mentioned that Wilkin was working much more quickly. As soon as a runner goes to the base, not just because he's thrown over, but now much more deliberate. And he is slow to home plate with that low set. There it is again.
Put it right in on the hands of Engelman. Couldn't do anything with it except foul it away.
And the difficulty of that low set is he's got to go from his thigh area back up to his release area, which you're taking time that a runner would be off to second base. You see the set right there.
Delayed steal. Nobody there. Mendel will get the stolen base. And you do that when you think your middle infielders drop their head, or as you mentioned yesterday, we saw one as well, where the catcher maybe just puts his head down for a moment.
Yeah, sometimes a base is still on the pitcher. He doesn't get the ball there. Sometimes it's the catcher. That one, it was a middle infield. The catcher, Eversgerd, he was ready, but neither second baseman Bernhardt or shortstop Klein covered the base.
Engelman spoils that 2-2 delivery. Three runs, 5 hits, no errors for Herscher. No runs, no hits, and an error for Wesclin. 2 outs here in the 4th. To right field, does that have enough? Does it have the line? And it's past Keith Hazelhorst. In easy to score is Mendel. Here's Engelman, headed to third. Slides in with the RBI triple. 4-0, Herscher.
Big insurance run with 2 outs. You get it out of the 9-hole. How about 2 outs, nobody on? Your 8-hitter gets a base hit up the middle on a hanging curveball. Your 9-hitter laces one down the right field line. Laying out for the ball was Hazelhorst. Couldn't get the job. That was actually a good gamble on his part. It was going to be extra bases no matter what. He thought, go ahead and try to make a great play and save a run. Wasn't able to do so. Allowed the triple, but a good, smart play by the right fielder to give that his shot.
And here comes Engelman on the wild pitch. After the first 2 batters are retired very quietly on a fly ball and a ground out. Single, stolen base, triple, wild pitch, 2 runs in and a 5-0 lead.
It ain't over yet, go!
Herscher just basically locked down by Cody Sedlock yesterday of Alleman. 5 runs on 6 hits. That's more like their offense they've had all year.
Ruckman today started this game with a double. A ball that was lost in the sun by Hazelhorst, who's been very busy in right field for Wesclin. Ruckman also took a strike 3 call. And again, that ball gets away from Eversgerd.
Tired back there? Let's go, work!
Just like that, Wilkin appears to be just a little bit out of his rhythm.
Yeah, front shoulder. Watch his left shoulder. He's flying open with that. He got to stay more closed and point his left shoulder toward the catcher more. So he's rushing the front side. He was out of rhythm, then in great rhythm. Gives up a couple runs. He's out of rhythm again.
Ruckman to right field. Hazelhorst another chance. You see the sun off his glasses, stays with it and makes the catch. So everything happening with 2 outs, 2 runs, 2 hits, an RBI triple from Engelman, the big blow. We'll head to the bottom of the fourth, halfway done here in your third place game in Class 2A, and it's a 5-0 lead for the Herscher Tigers. Work to do for the Wesclin Warriors, down by 5, going into the bottom of the fourth inning. Defensive replacement in right field for Herscher. Placing Landon Hoffman, it will be Dalton Sproul. At the plate leading it off, it's 3-4-5. Alex Wilkin to get things started for Wesclin.
2 more on the board extends the lead for Herscher. With Ruckman, you'd like to think that's going to be enough. The only thing that can beat Ruckman right now is if he has to get taken out on a pitch count, which has continued to climb. He had a good, solid third inning as far as pitches, very efficient, but had labored the first couple innings.
Wilkins going to make him work here. It's 3-0. Bat sits on his shoulder all the way, and it's 3-1. Wilkin walked his first time up on a 3-2 count, and that's where he sits right now.
Jordan Ruckman, one of the top-rated players in the state of Illinois, of the Prep Baseball Report.
Ready to go on 3-2. And his fourth walk of the game, all of them have come on 3-2 counts.
He just had the great inning. But on that particular at bat, again, sequence of pitches, just didn't seem to be finishing his pitches. And you wonder what's going down. He's coming out with a no-hitter.
He is done. He'll be replaced by Jimmy Brandt. So you don't think coaches play to win this third place game? Eric Regas in his 20th year, 537 wins. He's going after it.
Take a look at the numbers of Jimmy Brandt, the right-handed junior, 6', 185, 17 years old. This is his 14th appearance of the season. 6-0 in 46 1/3 innings pitched, a sparkling 1.66 earned run average, 36 strikeouts, 7 walks. Again, great number, strikeout to walk ratio. He's only given up 11 earned runs and 34 hits in that 46 1/3 inning. So he has been around. And obviously Brandt throwing from the left side.
Yeah, he switched his glove in the middle of your comments there, Mark. No, obviously a misprint in the program.
So I started reading before I started looking. When you said Brandt, I looked up his number. But yes, I do know that's a left-handed pitcher.
Okay. Well, Brandt goes into the order in Jordan Ruckman's spot. Ruckman made the last out of the top half of this inning. And that brings us to Alex Quitmeyer. First pitch to Quitmeyer is high. Quitmeyer struck out against Jordan Ruckman. So 3 innings pitched for Ruckman. He struck out 4, walked 4, and did not give up a hit. It's 2-0.
You know, you see enough pitchers over the course of a weekend. What have we seen? Probably, 16, 18 pitchers for all the different teams combined. You see a lot of different things, a lot of unorthodox things. Jimmy Brandt, very unorthodox as he leans over to take the sign. After this pitch, I'll explain what's very unorthodox.
3-0.
Now watch as, I don't know, with 3-0, obviously it's going to be a fastball. But he does something that most people don't. He doesn't hide the ball. He puts the ball right down. See that? Where you can see the baseball. We'll maybe catch it as he goes to the set the next pitch. We'll try to get a look at him when he takes the sign. As he steps on the rubber. And he's going to show everybody, including the opponents. Now there you see him shaking the ball. But usually you try to hide the ball and hide the grip.
Second walk of the inning. Runners first and second. Well, that's interesting. Why? Any reason that you would think that he would do something like that?
Well, you would surmise that he's done that his whole life. And then you would also surmise that at some point through the high school level, somebody would say, hey, hide that baseball, because opposing coaches are going to see you spin this way, spin that way, whether it's a fastball, curve, and they're going to pick signs by stealing your grip.
Grenard to left field, and it is evidently bounces in, and safe at third on a potential force play is Wilkin. Left fielder Kyle Burton could not come up with it. He thought it was hit harder. It was off the end of the bat. And now Eric Reges is going to ask and say to Keith Medema, wasn't that a force play? But give Grenard credit for a single, and the bases are loaded.
And I'm not so sure, quite honestly, that home plate umpire Scott Russell didn't initially have a catch. So did you have a catch? And once you didn't have a catch, you did have a force out at third.
Well, that is one unhappy man right there. Well, I'm not sure why the home plate umpire would make an out call there.
Yeah, home plate umpire Russell, I thought, put his arm up, and then he decided once all the runners, but I better not. So I think he was confused, to be honest with you.
And now we will have a conversation between our two umpires.
And if he had an out call, though, I mean, he was not mechanically, he's allowed every runner to advance. Otherwise, you could have thrown the ball around the diamond for a triple play.
And it will stand. Bases loaded, nobody out. Give Grenard credit for a base hit.
So walk, flare. Bit of controversy. Bases juiced.
Jimmy Brandt in a jam here. Kyle Eversgerd at the plate. Hard to Engelman. To Justin Ruckman, and a double play. It scores a run, but 6:43 takes runners off the bases.
Real solid high school fundamental play by the middle infield. Engelman runs through the ball, comes and gets it, does not sit back. Good picture of the fine shortstop. He knows he has to come and get it. If he sits back, he's not going to be able to get the double up. Comes and gets it, makes a solid throw. Good turn by Justin Ruckman.
Keith Hazelhorst at the plate. That hit by Grenard, the first hit of the game for Wesclin one batter ago. But not without some controversy. It's a 5-1 lead for Herscher as Wesclin tries to chip away here in the fourth inning. Pickoff attempt, third base. Diving safely back is Alex Quitmeyer.
Just absolutely love to watch aggressive catchers like Evan Reges. He's always looking. And all that does is you might get a pickoff or two, but you're also going to shorten leads all over the bases.
4-pitch walk to Hazelhorst. That is the 6th walk of the game allowed by Herscher pitchers here. We have 2 outs in the 4th inning.
6 walks, 3 2/3 innings, and you lead by 4. Very fortuitous at this point.
Jimmy Brandt on in relief of Jordan Ruckman. We have a pinch hitter at the plate. Yesterday it was Alec Jones that batted for Meadows, a designated hitter. He will do the same here. Jones yesterday came up with a hit and 2 at-bats. Gives a left-handed stick up there. With Hazelhorst at first, Whitmire at third. Down by 4. You don't expect anything fancy here.
Left-handed hitting Jones and a big gap in right center field. If he can get the barrel through the ball, he run forever, score 2.
He'll send it back and out of play behind home plate.
Center field, Logan Orr way over in left center field. Sproul playing the normal right field position, thus the big gap in right center field.
Jones, just a sophomore. Off the end of the bat, this is going to be a tough play. Mendel was playing deep, and he'll have to eat it. A run will score, 5-2. Infield single by Alec Jones.
And that's a situation where, you know, if you're a Herscher player, Herscher fan, you say, oh, that's unlucky. You know, an infield hit that he made a good pitch on. The issue is that you had free passes that caused all of that difficulty, all the runners on base. So, yes, that was unfortunate if you're a Herscher fan, but Herscher pitching caused that problem, basically, with the free passes they've given today.
Both runs that scored got on base by way of walks. First 2 batters in the inning. We go to the number 9 hitter, Chase Klein. He tried to reach on a bunt his last time and pushed it right back to the pitcher. So the 2 that Herscher got in the top half of the 4th have been matched here by Wesclin in the bottom. Talk about a lot of pitches being thrown. Jimmy Brandt here facing his 6th batter this inning. He's tossed a few. Walks have a tendency to add to that pitch count. Big right field gap for Klein as well. Pickoff attempt to second base. Ball does not get away far enough for Hazelhorst to advance.
Now, all pickoffs, or let me rephrase, correct myself, a huge percentage of pickoffs from the catcher are preset plays. Obviously, you usually don't have a defender break to a base, so Evan Regas very aggressive in calling pickoffs.
Easy out will be at third, and that's where Mendel takes it. But in the inning, Wesclin gets 2. 3 walks, a couple of singles, and we head to the 5th. The lead has been cut back to 3, 5-2. Herscher over Wesclin. 3rd place, Class 2A. Dave Bernhardt and Mark Lindo, I thought we had the best seats in the house, but right behind the Wesclin dugout, that's not too bad either. We'll go to the 5th, top of the 5th, Evan Regas to lead things off, 2, 3, 4 here in the Herscher order.
Always tell fans when I see a picture like that, make sure you're watching the baseball, though, because foul balls can be dangerous. So keep those conversations going, but keep your eye on the ball off the bat.
Regas today reached on an error. His courtesy runner, Cody Kirchner, scored. Regas also flew out to left. On the mound is Alex Wilkin. He's allowed 6 hits. 4 of them came in the first inning. Gave up a couple more last inning when Tigers scored 2. 3 in the first, 2 in the 4th for Herscher, 2 in the 4th inning for Wesclin. And the count goes to 3-1.
59-footer there.
Regas will get a pitch to work with here. Chops to the right side. Bernhardt easy hop, 1 out.
Easy play for Bernhardt, but you know what I was watching on that? How hard Regas ran down the first base line on a routine ground ball. You guys talk about respecting the game. When you're a coach's son, you grow up respecting the game, and he busted his tail just like he got a base hit all the way through the bag.
And the next time, when the play is not quite as routine, an infielder is going to rush it.
Yeah.
Now Justin Ruckman, the twin brother of Jordan, steps in, the number 3 hitter. Single and an RBI and a run scored in the first, struck out in the 3rd. He's ready to get after that breaking ball from Wilkin and drops low.
You know, the best compliment you can give any player is he plays hard. You get that kind of compliment, all the other tools will take care of themselves. And baseball, of course, is a tool game, and the tools we look for are the ability to throw, the ability to hit with power, run, and field. Those are the 5 tools of baseball.
Ruckman thought he had himself a 4-pitch walk. Instead, the count now 3-1. Gets underneath this one. Left fielder Mamenga. 2 outs. And we'll bring up Matt Weber. Weber a single and an RBI.
And I know you concur with this, Dave, but at any level, respect the game, play as hard as you can. But how about high school baseball? I mean, your season is literally like 7 weeks long. If you love the game and you can't play hard each and every pitch, each and every at-bat for 7 weeks, then you have to reevaluate your own love of the game, in all honesty.
Well, and for 90% of the players playing high school baseball, this is it for their organized baseball career. So you give it everything you have. And I always thought, you know what, if you put the uniform on 35 or if you're lucky 40 times a season, those are special times every time that uniform goes on. Wilkin falls behind Weber 2-0. Comes back and scrapes that corner. Alex Wilkin retired the side in order in the 2nd and 3rd innings. Those were sandwiched inside the scoring innings for Herscher. Tigers bidding for their 34th win of the season. And Weber will head down to first base with the walk. That is the first walk of the game allowed by Wilkin. He hit a batter in the 1st inning. This is your 3rd place game in Class 2A. Of course, coming up next, we have the championship game. Both teams are in the building. Rock Island Allman and U-High from Normal. Kyle Burton's at the plate. He has an RBI today.
Championship game scheduled to start in 5 minutes. Might not happen. Had a 40-minute rain delay. Skies have cleared. Got a beautiful late afternoon, early June baseball. Championship game should be a good one.
Hard to right field. Knocking it down, keeping it there is Hazel Horst, but around to third will go Weber, and the Herscher Tigers have themselves a 2-out rally. Kyle Burton, the base hit. He's hit the ball hard twice today. It's the 7th hit of the game for Herscher, and that will bring up Landon Hoffman. He was hit by a pitch and flew out to right. A 5-2 game that actually seems like a little bit bigger lead.
Sproul came in a defensive replacement. All right, so that's Sproul hitting now. Stuck one in on you.
Good catch. Dalton Sproul with the runner going. Sproul chops it to the right side. Bernhard, the diving stop. He'll throw to third, but a run will score. Beautiful execution by Dalton Sproul.
Hit and run was on. Sproul chopped it. Laying out for the ball was Bernhardt to his glove side. Had the presence of mind to get up and throw because in stride was Kyle Burton, who just barely made it to third base. Good execution, handling of the bat. Good play by the second baseman. And a good 2-out run on the board by Herscher.
Logan Orr, first pitch to center field. Chase Klein will have it. And once again, Herscher scores with 2 outs. They got 2 in the 4th with 2 outs after the first 2 retired. They pick up another here. They have pushed the lead to 4 after 4.5. It's Herscher 6, Wesclin 2. That is the picture of not only a baseball, but that is a classic baseball picture.
Yeah, that's a sweet one. Leather on leather. Fielder's best friend.
We go to the bottom of the 5th. Wesclin scored 2 in the bottom of the 4th inning. Look to hunt down this 4-run lead by Herscher, and they will start it in positive fashion. Michael Klein, the leadoff hitter in the lineup. The leadoff hitter here in the 5th starts it with a single off of Jimmy Brandt.
So Klein's been on base 2 of his 4 plate appearances. And I'm not real good at math, but you have a 500 on-base percentage as leadoff hitter. You've done your job that you're supposed to. That's set the table for the big poppers coming up.
Mamenga at the plate. Fly out and a strikeout today for Brett. He can hit that ball hard to the right center gap. Klein will be able to come around to score. He'll go up the middle, and that will work just as well. Base hit. Single here to start the 5th inning.
You know, when guys are seeing the ball well, they're short to the ball. And to describe what I mean by that, instead of getting your arms out and extended where you slow down your bat speed, your hands stay in, the barrel gets out, you turn the ball right back around from where it was pitched. When you're seeing the ball well and staying within yourself and short to your swing, you get base hits just like Mamenga just showed us.
Wilkin at the plate for Wesclin. He walked twice. Both those came against Jordan Ruckman. Number 3 hitter in the order for Wesclin. Wilkin, a .340 batting average with 23 runs batted in. 9 doubles, 3 triples, 4 home runs. Regas smothers it at the plate. Third place game here in Class 2A. Alleman and Uhi waiting. They're playing for the championship immediately following this game. Wilkin with the count 2-1. A look to help himself.
All right, so we have the window open. It's gorgeous weather. And something smells awfully good for the concession stand right now. I can't pinpoint it, but it's making me hungry right at the dinner hour of 5.
Swing and a miss. I'm saying sausages.
You know, in the city of Chicago, yes, this is the trivia fact for the weekend. This is Sausage Fest weekend. Now, I didn't say the city of Milwaukee, which you would have guessed, but the city of Chicago, it's Sausage Fest going on.
Off the end of the bat, and that is foul. Now, how did you know that? Sausage Fest.
I was in the city this week and saw upcoming events, and I had to choose between the 1A and 2A state finals and Sausage Fest, and here I am in Peoria.
Well, you had a sausage of sorts between games and a hot dog.
Yes, I did. You can't come to the state tournament without a hot dog, can you? That would be un-American.
2-2 pitch. Into the air. Who's going to get it? Brandt in foul territory. 4 people converging that same geographic area.
Nice pitch by Brandt, 2-2. First time in that sequence he went with the straight change. Got Wilkin out on the front foot, got him out front, forced a pop-up, and to get the ever-important first out of the inning.
To the cleanup hitter, Alex Whitmire. Whitmire with power. Talked about his 2-run homer in the first inning and the super sectional win over Teutopolis.
You know, we've talked about this weekend when we've discussed the trials, tribulations, success of Wesclin, but we got to do it one more time. This team was number 6 seed in the regional and has been the underdog every single game it's played. It had to beat 3, 2, and 1 in succession just to get out of regional. You talked about the Teutopolis win, which shocked the 2A world, if you will, but improbable. You got to come up with a better adjective than that, in all honesty.
Well, head coach John Grennard had his fishing pole packed before the regional started. He was ready to go. Whitmire high into the air to center field. Or drifts to left center. First 2 men reach, next 2 men go out, and that brings us to Justin Grennard, 1 for 2 today. Justin Grennard was in Joliet 2006 when Wesclin finished second. Not as a player, but as the son of the coach, that entire year he just hung around the team. He learned to love all the guys on that team, and now he gets a chance to play here in the state finals. And he is robbed by the shortstop, Spike Engelman, who gets the force at second.
Roll him up on that web, Jeb. Oh my, was that a great play up the middle.
They don't like to call it second, but it's a great play by Engelman, and it closes out the bottom of the 5th inning. First 2 men reached, the next 3 made outs, and the score remains 6-2 Herscher. 3 runs in the first, 2 in the fourth, 1 in the fifth. That's how Herscher is picked up their 6 runs, 2 runs in the 4th inning for Wesclin. We head to the 6th, 8-9-1 in the Herscher Tigers order. Austin Mendel, Spike Engelman, and Jordan Ruckman if he comes back into the ball game. Jimmy Brandt actually officially in that spot right now, and it was Mendel and Engelman that produced 2 runs in that 4th inning, hitting it out of that 8 and 9 spot. Mendel with a single, stolen base, scored on a triple by Engelman. Engelman came in on the very next pitch on a wild pitch. 2 big runs at that time gave Herscher a 5-0 lead. 2 in the bottom of the 4th made it 5-2, 1 in the 5th. That's where we sit right now, 6-2.
When you get productivity out of the bottom of your order, that's so much a bonus. And especially at the high school level, a lot of coaches like to hit a quality hitter in the 9-hole. You know, if you, of course, you go to the big leagues, the National League, the pitchers, the automatic out in the 9-hole. If you can put, you know, a guy that can handle the bat, a guy that can run, he's almost like the second leadoff man in the 9-hole, followed up by, you know, normally a Jordan Ruckman. So Engelman in the 9-hole, Mendel in the 8th hole, both doing a good job of producing here this afternoon in the 3rd place game.
Mendel trying to climb out of the 0-2 hole he was in. Alex Wilkin has given up 8 hits and 6 runs through 5 innings. And an 0-2 count has now become 3-2.
Alleman starting to build a pretty big crowd here, aren't they?
There is a lot of green have made their way from the Quad Cities. Base hit right center field, past the diving Bernhardt, leadoff man aboard. Austin Mendel now 3 for 3, batting 8th in the order, and he starts the 6th inning.
Mendel, good piece of hitting. Came in 345, pretty good 8-hole hitter. As he's pulled the ball, he's hit the ball past the second baseman, he's hit the ball back up the middle. Good approach to hitting the ball where it's located, not try to do too much and turn your hands over the top of the baseball.
Spike Engelman had a conference with his coach, Eric Regis. See what the Tigers wish to do here. Looking to bunt, pulling it back. See the movement on the right side. Second baseman Bernhardt coming over. First baseman Grennert is moving in on the bunt.
Grennert charges, look for a possible pickoff with Bernhardt going behind at first base.
Again, a pulling back on the bunt attempt. Both pitches up high, 2-0. Now, what do you do here, Coach? That bunt sign still on, or are you going to let your number 9 hitter take a hack? He tripled the last time up.
I think he's going to still bunt. You want to move him over, you want him to move him over.
3-0, and now the word from the dugout is let him bunt. We'll take the out.
Stay back, make your picture. Alex Wilkin rushing the front side, trying to field the bunt before the pitch is made.
3-1.
Now he might take it off. Played a little bit of run and hit.
Mendel takes the lead at first. It's a swing and it's a base hit. It all plays out for Spike Engelman. He gets his 2nd hit. And the 8-9 men in the order, 5 for 6 here in this 3rd place game.
Now, Eric Regis, you know, when it was 2-0, you asked me, is the bunt still on? I said yes. When it was 3-1, I thought he'd let him hit. And the reason being is there's 2 things that Coach Regis felt right there. One, he knows his 9-hole hitter, Engelman's a solid hitter. 2, he knows he's going to get a fastball, and it's going to be down the middle, or he's going to take it off the edge and be, you know, ball 4. Or 3, just a feel. Just one of those coaching feels where I want to do something out of the book. And he did that and came up rolling the dice with a win on that particular play.
And we will get a pitching change as Grant Weber will check into the ball game. He'll take the spot in the lineup of Brendan Bernhardt. He was being DH'd for.
So Weber, a junior, only 5'10", 140. So from a physique standpoint, a little shake and bake. 1-2 record, 32 2/3 innings pitched. He's given up 41 hits in those 32 innings. 23 strikeouts, 13 walks, and a relatively high earned run average of 5.79. So opponents have moved the baseball against Grant Weber. His job is to attempt to keep his team close and in this ball game, which they still are right now, but in jeopardy of blowing this game open is Herscher with first and second, no one out, already enjoying a 4-run lead.
This is the batting spot of Jordan Ruckman. Of course, he was the starting pitcher today. Jordan Ruckman, 368 average, 43 runs batted in. However, his spot has been taken by Jimmy Brandt, and Brandt will come up to hit here in this situation. Brandt doing the pitching right now. Brandt no slouch to the plate, just not a lot of action there. Just 13 official at bats. He does have 6 hits though. You'd expect him to be bunting here. Alex Wilkin will go play second base. He'll take the spot of Brendan Bernhardt, who came out of the game. Michael Klein remains at short.
A lot of times the hitter will tip off the defense if he moves up in the box. That's what you want to do to execute a bunt. We don't see Brandt doing that right yet. He's in a normal position, or if anything, he's a little bit deep in the box.
Left-handed swinger. Third baseman Quitmeyer not thinking bunt, playing even with the bag. Gets it down to the third base side. What a job by Brandt. He'll get the sacrifice. Great job by Jimmy Brandt.
Well done. Showed it early. No surprises. What I mean by that is you're not trying to trick anybody, because we anticipated bunt as well. He just went out and executed, got the barrel in front of home plate, catch the ball with the bat, and that's exactly what he did. He deadened it right on the grass.
Evan Regas with the infield in and 1 out, runners second and third, and a 4-run lead here in the 6th. Regas 0 for 3 here in this one. Ball, a strike, in and out. You know, as we look here in the 6th inning, we check the time. It is possible this could be the last inning with the time limitations given the championship game to follow. To the right side, play at the plate. Good tag there by the catcher Kyle Eversgerd after Alex Wilkin. And to move to his left and throw a strike.
First and third, Alex.
So we had right there is Regas was not able to get the ball through the infield. Contact play was put on by head coach Eric Regas. And I think that's an automatic that in high school it always should be that way, because the worst you end up with is first and third, and you know what kind of running situation that is. So you might as well make them throw you out at home plate. They did just that.
And we'll let Regas run for himself, which somewhat tells you there may be something funny happening here.
It's going to be a delayed steal.
Okay. Justin Ruckman at the plate, 1 for 3. Single RBI and a run scored. Grant Weber at the plate, or at the delivers to the plate. No movement on the bases. At third base is Spike Engelman. Engelman with a single in the inning. This one gets underneath the glove, through, and a run will score. Engelman crosses the plate. The RBI single from Justin Ruckman with 2 outs. Boy, and Herscher has made a living with 2-out run-scoring hits here in this game.
Ruckman did not get all of that, but he got enough to get it through the right side. 2-out RBI. 2 for 4 on the day for Justin. So all of a sudden, you look up on the board, you see Herscher with 11 hits up on the big board in right center.
And that 7-2 lead. Matt Weber facing Grant Weber. Matt Weber fouls it away to the left. Weber today officially 1 for 2. Singled in a run, walked and scored in the 5th. Weber just waves that stick.
Okay, we all right? Come on, bud.
Rega's the lead at second. Justin Ruckman at first. Grant Weber's pitch misses. Got a good look into the eyes of Matt Weber, the 6'2 senior. Hits in the cleanup spot.
Don't leave your possession too early.
The count goes to 3-1. Waiting on deck.
Strike, strike. Come on,
It's
bud.
Kyle Burton. Burton with a couple of RBIs today.
Right now, Grant Weber's a little bit too much focus with 2 outs and a runner on second on that situation. Got to focus home and bear down so you don't miss a ball in the zone.
Weber swings at a pitch high, sky high for Hazelhorst, but he will make the catch. So despite 3 hits in the inning, the first 2 coming from the first 2 batters, Herscher only able to get 1 run. However, it extends their lead as they head to the bottom of the 6th. 7-2 Tigers here in your Class 2A third place matchup. It's not a long drive from the Quad Cities here to Peoria, and the Rock Island Alleman fans starting to come out in force. They have a huge contingent here getting set for the championship game that will follow this one. Alleman taking on University High School of Normal. Right now, Jimmy Brandt on the mound dealing his game to win. He leads at 7-2. He had a key sacrifice bunt in the top half of this inning, and he faces Kyle Eversgerd to start the bottom half. Last 4 runs of this game scored by Herscher have all come with 2 outs.
And you had mentioned no inning can start after 5:30. Unofficially, I have 5:19. And we'll talk about a weird scenario after this pitch.
Line drive right past Brandt. Eversgerd with the 5th hit of the day for Wesclin.
That was just a rocket. So right now, you're Wesclin. Here's what you have. You have to play catch-up baseball. You're losing 7-2. But if you have too long of an inning, you cost yourself 3 outs. So it's almost like if you take too much time, if they would cut this to 7-6 and it'd take 12 innings, or excuse me, 12 minutes, they'd run out of time. But you certainly don't want to make outs fast in order to get the extra 3 outs. So kind of a weird situation from a timing standpoint.
Keith Hazelhorst fouls this one out of play, and that clunks one of the fans in the stands.
So you want to score runs, you want to have a big inning, but it's pretty hard to do that in less than 10 minutes. So time definitely a factor. You usually don't say that in baseball, do you?
Nope.
But in this case, time is a factor in the way this half inning could be played out.
And likewise, if you're playing it the other way, depending on the situation, Herscher may want to extend it a little bit as well.
Yeah, timeout here or there, a pitching visit, those kind of things.
2 balls and a strike. Wesclin Warriors 20-18 record, chasing a 5-run deficit. Wesclin yesterday lost to U-High by that margin, an 8-3 score. Hazelhorst to the left side of the infield. Engelman drifts back, and makes the catch in short left field. 1 out. We have a pinch hitter for Alec Jones. Jones had been the pinch hitter for Ryan Meadows. Ford Wright will do the hitting here for John Grenard's team. Wright, 9 at-bats, 2 hits this season.
So they got the lefty slants, and they put the right-hander back in there to get an AB.
Wright, a 5'8", 200-pound junior. Kenny Haggerty, the courtesy runner, over at first base. He went. Wright with the wide stance. Brandt has him completely fooled on the first 2 pitches.
First one was slow. That one was slower. Do you go even slower, or do you try to bust the hands right now with something with a little more giddy up?
I had to get him to chase outside of the zone. This one into the air, short center field once again. Engelman goes back, and this time he catches it in front of the center fielder, Logan Orr. So after the leadoff single, a pair of pop-ups to shortstop, we come to the number 9 man in the order, Chase Klein. Brandt looks in for the sign that Regas has gotten from the dugout, and he checks his wristband, and here we go. In the outside corner for a strike.
Come on, one.
That pitch took a long time to get there. Klein thought he had waited long enough and couldn't find it.
For our viewers, what happens when Dave says check the wristband, Regas looks into the dugout, looks at the coaching staff. The coach sends a sequence of numbers. Those numbers equal something that matches his wristband, and that shows what pitch he is to give to his pitcher.
Justin Ruckman slides to his left and makes the play over to first. So Eversgerd's leadoff single stays right there at first base. 1 hit in the inning, 1 man left. We've played through 6. It's 7-2 Herscher. Well, this one's going to go the full 7. Herscher on top of Wesclin, 7-2. They've led all the way, starting with a 3-run first inning.
Right, Grant. Come on, Grant. Come on, bud.
The pinch hitter for Herscher, Ian Powell, will bat for Kyle Burton. On the mound is Grant Weber. He got out of a jam last inning. Powell, a 5'10" senior, getting his first action here in the state finals. Powell, 36 at-bats this year, 7 hits, works out to a 194 average.
Herscher jumped out early with 3. They've been in command of this game from the get-go.
Weber disappointed with how that ball slipped out of his hand.
But he's still willing to want to find out. My curiosity has me why Jordan Ruckman did come out. I mean, it wasn't a pitch count. He had a no-hitter going. He wasn't around the zone, but they got him out after 3+ innings.
Hazelhorst makes that catch, first ball of this game, hit to Hazelhorst and right. He lost it in the sun, and that started that 3-run inning. That will bring us to Dalton Sproul. He did not start this ball game. And he'll go after the first pitch here. That could be trouble. Unable to handle it is Klein. Sproul motors into second base with a one-out double.
Comes in and hits the ball up the middle the last time for an RBI, and this time splits the gap. Chase Klein not able to chase it down. Sproul 2 for 2 off the bench.
Another pinch hitter for Herscher coming to the plate. Left-handed hitting Curtis Hoekstra, senior, with 1 hit and 7 at-bats. He's batting for Logan Orr. Two and 0 now to Hoekstra. Austin Mendel waits on deck. Mendel, a 3 for 3 game going.
Weber, that's the best fastball he's thrown. Had a little bit of giddy up, and he got it in on the hands. Another good one.
Right there in the inside part again. 2 balls, 2 strikes. And look to Sproul at second. Hoekstra was able to spoil that one. The grip by Grant Weber. Up over the head of Weber, second baseman Wilkin with the out at first. Or that had base hit written all over it once it got over the head of the pitcher.
Yeah, you know, Weber looked like he saw that ball, had time, he was squared up, he finished his pitch properly in an infield position, and then he froze for a second. Ball jumped over his head. Solid play.
Sproul moves to third for Mendel. See if he can cap a fantastic day at the plate for the man who hits out of the 8th spot. Mendel, a 6'1" junior. 4 for 4. That's what he would get if he can get a base hit here. Yeah, single already.
He won't hit out of the 8th spot next year.
Oh, look at this. He's going to get more than a single if he can wheel it into second. He gets an RBI. He'll stop about a third of the way to second base. A 4 for 4 day for Austin Mendel in your third place game. Well done.
Run batted in there. Scored a couple runs. Been right in the middle of the action.
That is the 13th hit of the day for Herscher. Here's a look at Mendel.
There, see how he pulled his hands right in and drove the barrel in front of home plate to be able to keep that ball in play down the left field line. We have another pinch hitter.
Braden Molstad will do the hitting here. Molstad, a 6'2", 187-pound junior, 357 batting average, 10 hits and 28 at-bats. It's an 8-2 lead for Herscher. Wesclin allowed 8 runs yesterday to U-High. It's 2-1 to the junior. Molstad hitting for Spike Engelman. And now 2-2. Would suspect we will see all these players who have been hit for this inning, 3 of them in fact, to return to their positions when we go to the bottom of this inning. Hard to third. Quitmeyer the short way to second, and that closes out the inning, but not before Herscher scores another. They get it by way of 2 hits, no errors, and a man left. So the Herscher Tigers scored 3 in the first. They have scored 2-1, 1-1 in the last 4 innings, and they take an 8-2 lead into the bottom of the 7th in your Class 2A third place game. The skies have cleared here in Peoria. We had a 40-minute rain delay. Got this game started a little bit late here in your third place game. It's looking all good right now, and especially for Herscher High School fans.
I think we'd have a chance if this is a normal half inning to start the state championship somewhere between 6:15 and 6:20 p.m. Central Time after they give awards out, fix the field. Both teams take infield introductions, usually 35 to 40 minutes.
Michael Klein will start the bottom of the 7th inning. Wesclin down by 6. Jimmy Brandt has been very effective on the mound. He came in the 4th inning. He's only had 1 run charged against him. He started that inning after Alex Wilkin had walked off a Jordan Ruckman pitch. Brandt started his term with the walk. That was the 1 run that he has had scored against him. You know, this is the first time in 7 games in this tournament this weekend that we will be playing the bottom of the 7th inning.
That's pretty amazing.
The home team.
Home team's been magic.
Of course, home team determined by a flip of the coin prior to the tournament. Hard ground ball, nice backhand by Mendel. How about a day he's had? 4 for 4 with some glove work.
He took a pretty tough play, a hard hit 2-hopper. Squared up 2-hopper. See a nice smile on his face. Look at that. He knows he's had a nice day. He'll remember this for a lifetime. Takes a hard hit ball. Get a chance to see it on the replay here. Ball down and in. Klein turned on it. Boom, boom, backhand. Square, set, throw, bullet, out.
Brett Mamenga at the plate. 1 strike to him. Mamenga 1 for 3 this afternoon.
You go back to that previous play, too, by Mendel. When I say square and throw, he knew the ball was hit so hard, he had time to square it off and throw it. That's the mental part of the game, that you just have that sense in your head that you know when you have to hurry and when you know when you don't need to hurry a play.
Mamenga rung up on strikes. That is the first strikeout of the game for Jimmy Brandt. And it's the 2nd out of the 7th inning, and now Eric Regas will come out to the mound. He may want to get a few other players in here.
That's exactly what he's doing. He's clearing the field, I think.
Well, help me out here. Into right field will go David Peters. He may be taking out his seniors here. I'll have to see who he has removed from this ball game. Coming in to play second base is Caleb Weprick.
Didn't catch a center fielder. That was a change.
Weprick, I think, goes to center. The right fielder. No, Weprick went to second. Sproul moved from right to center.
Okay.
So Peters in right, Weprick at second. Alex Wilkin at the plate. He looks at strike 1. Ball and a strike. Why Brandt so badly wants to finish this one off right here. Herscher came into this tournament one of the favorites. They had the best record, the most wins of anybody in the 8 teams that were here in Class 1 and 2A. Wilkin puts it in the air. And Herscher will take home the 3rd place trophy. 8-2 winners over Wesclin in your third place game. Wesclin's season comes to an end. The magical 2.5 weeks comes to an end. They'll finish with a 20-19 record, and how about Herscher? They close it out, 34 wins against 8 losses. And today in this one, you score early, you put the pressure on. It's exactly what Herscher did.
Yeah, and you know what? How ironic, or how fitting, I guess, that the magical season you end up with Wesclin taking home a trophy. No one would have thought that 2 weeks ago. Herscher, a lot of people picked them, and the top of the echelon of 2A. And they were expected. You have the expected and the unexpected, both taking home hard. That's the joy of single elimination tournament baseball.
13 hits in an errorless game for the Herscher Tigers. They knock off Wesclin 8-2. Now don't go anywhere, because in just a few minutes after the awards, after some infield, we have our 2A state championship game for you right here on IHSA.TV. But for now, your final score in your third place game in Class 2A, it's Herscher 8, Wesclin 2 for our entire IHSA.TV crew. And for my partner, Mark Lindo, I'm Dave Bernhard. 2A championship comes up next.
Ladies and gentlemen, we would like your attention to the field for the presentation of the third and fourth place team and individual awards for the 2012 Class 2A IHSA State Baseball Tournament. Presenting the gathering of trophies are the IHSA Board of Directors member, Dr. Jim Clay of Aurora Mining Academy, and the Assistant Craig Anderson, the Assistant Executive Director of the IHSA.
Thank you.
At this event, it is the Warriors of Wesclin High School who finished the 2012 year in fourth place with a record of 29-10. Athletic Director Tom Hart. Head Coach Jack Brennan. Assistant Coach Dr. David Davis. Assistant Coach Eric Stein. Assistant Coach Kelvin O'Reilly. And now the players. Kenny Harvey. Ricky Burnham. James Hazelwood. Alex Wilkie. James Span. Brendan Colvin. Brett Melinga. Alec Jones. Keith Hazelwood. Annette Thriller. Michael Klein. Kyle Eversberg. Ford Wright. Alex Football. Justin Brennan. Ryan Lewis. And Jerry Hughes. At this time, the Tigers of Herscher High School is facing 20 minutes in the following process. Principal, Mara Wilson. Athletic Kurt Schleich. Trainer, Jimmy Maxwell. Head coach, Eric Reeves. Assistant, Dan Eddie. Assistant, Guy Walter. Assistant, Billy Peacock. Assistant, Cody Slinger. Assistant, Would you introduce and the Herscher captains who step forward to receive the third place trophy?